Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Own the Room. And as you can tell, we have it all lit up here like it's Hawaii. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We dress up for the occasion because the weather has been absolutely amazing. And we thought, why not bring the weather into the studio? You know what I'm saying? Bring the vibes wherever we go. And just want to say we've not been as active as we usually are, and that's purely because we've been very busy in what we've been doing in our daily lives. The Euro, we just want to talk about that, Coops. What do you think?
We're gonna do it. It's coming home. Yeah. So, and you know what? It's weird because all throughout Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all these channels, basically everyone was that gassed, literally that confident it's coming home when we beat Denmark. Don't get me wrong, this squad is by far up there in terms of the best squad that England have been in a very, very, very long time. So, but when I looked at the lineup and I thought, you know what, something's not right here, right? So he's gonna play. The game was okay. I think first half we did okay. I think second half we got annihilated, literally annihilated. But Italy are a good squad. Do you know what I mean? So we got to take that into account. But the whole game in terms of let's get down to the main points here. Really, is the fact that it went to extra time, went to penalties, and for me, I think Gareth Southgate made a big mistake, and the reason why is because for me, he's gonna put Rashford and Sancho on literally with 10 seconds left on the game. Now, any manager in the world would know. And you know what the thing is? Literally, the fact that there was a clip of him going round to all these players. And he was going, you're number one to Kane, you're number two, you're number three. And he's gone to Rashford and Sancho, right? And he's gone to Saka for number 5, yeah? Guess who he went to for number 6? Who was going to be the next penalty taker after Saka, do you know?
No, I don't know.
Pickford. The keeper.
What?
Chose the keeper to be the next penalty taker.
See, what I don't understand is, and I'm not, I'm not a fan of football, and the only reason I get into it is because of you guys, the way you guys hype it up. In fact, I was quite into it at this point because it got that intense. You know, we never imagined England to win, but they were this close, and we thought they had it. But during this time when we were discussing this, I clearly seen what you were talking about. And now how can you, in such a pinnacle moment, under so much pressure, put these kids forward, when there's clearly so many people on the pitch with so much more experience, and these guys were stood right at the back, out of the... It is crazy.
Crazy. Because Henderson he actually takes penalties for Liverpool. But rumour has it, he pulled out. He said, I don't want to take one.
Yeah, your country.
Why?
It's the final.
I mean, if that was true,
it's the final for your country. Clearly, when you're on the battlefield, it's a moment to
who steps up.
Exactly.
So the biggest issue for me, I think, was when Rashford and Sancho came on with 10 seconds to play. Automatically, what you're saying is, lads, we're going to put you on so you can take penalties. Now think about it. Where's the adrenaline? Have they been playing 90 minutes and then extra time to get to a moment where fresh legs are not needed in penalties? This is the messed up thing. You don't need fresh legs in penalties. You need fresh legs on the 60th, 70th minute to change the game. Second half. That's what you do. So the first half, running around gassed, right? Going inside, 15-minute break, whatever, come back out. Then 15 minutes after second half is pinnacle. That's going to decide where this game could go. Who's got possession. If you put Rashford and Sancho on a 75th minute, we could have controlled the game a little bit differently, right? Hindsight's a great thing. But to say, it's like me saying to you, right, you're not playing this game. You've got no real attachment to the players. You don't know the players on the pitch. You don't know what fouls have been going on. For example, you were laughing your head off when that defender gone and pulled Saka down.
That was quite strange to see him do that,
That's a red card?
Should have been a red card.
I don't understand why that's not a red card, because if you look at the ball, technically I think he might have been the last man. If he's got pace, that kid. Do you know what I mean? So if that kid started running, literally he could have been one-on-one with the keeper. If that didn't happen. So for me, that's a red card.
It is their moments that do turn the game. and it's a shame because England did have the full potential to by all means win the game, and it's sad that these things happened, especially during the end. And do you know what? My heart, I was feeling. I looked at the faces instantly. Like I said, I don't keep up with football. I'll be briefly give me a bit of knowledge about who they were, but my heart was pacing for him, and the poor guys, like, under pressure. It was horrible to see the turnout of the game, and it's one of them.
I'm sorry, yeah, but 19 years old, the biggest platform in the world, like legitimately, everyone is rooting for England at this point. We were rooting for England to win. Do you know what I mean? Which is another topic in itself, yeah? But the reason why I wanted England to win is because we deserve some good news. We've just been through COVID as a country. You know what I mean? The worldwide pandemic, but forget about all that. We're talking about England. Cases are rising, everything. Do you know what I mean? There's videos of people coming into the stadium getting knocked out clean.
That was horrible, I swear to
Literally. God. There's a guy on the floor saying, "Leave me, I'm white, I'm British."
That was
do you know what I mean?
It's horrible because literally for someone to go into that state knowing that they're the opposition team, and they'd expect for the opposition team to be the good hosts, welcoming, and to have that experience leaving.
Yeah, it wasn't leaving; it was actually entering. These guys, So these guys before the game have gone past all the security guards, literally gone into the stadium because they know it's free tickets. Once you're in there, right? So these are the guys that were rushing in without tickets before the game that happened. If it happened after the game, I think it would have blew up quite differently. But
do seriously think whoever's regulating the football do need to put these matters to an end, because it's an ongoing case of so many cases of these hooligans. And it's a shame because clearly the good English people will turn around and say they were calling them out and saying these people don't belong to us, and it's nice to see that. It should be on a bigger scale though.
It's the same issue as the whole backlash thing of Marcus Rashford, when you got people graffitiing and shit. Now, that's not nice, is it? Do you know what I mean? It's so weird because this is why when you are an authority figure, yeah, so like Rashford is an authority figure. People look up to him. 100%. What this guy has done during COVID has actually gone out and convinced the government, convinced them and said, we need school meals for kids that were getting it during school, but now not getting it. So what about them? It's a unbelievable initiative. By far, no one would have ever thought that. Think about it. When we used to go to school, we used to get free meals. Yeah, remember Berners used to introduce that white card. Used to top up like £10 a week or whatever sometimes. Do you understand? And you go there, you live off that, don't you? Imagine if you didn't have free school meals, what would you have ate? Nothing. These kids are exactly the same. They sat at home waiting for that school afternoon lunch meal that was given to him for free. Why has it stopped? And you know what? And when he stamped that home, bro, the guy has donated loads of food back to the community. Do you know what I mean? So this guy, up in terms of who's motivational, who's inspirational.
Look at that mindset though at that age. He's in the limelight, he's getting paid hundreds of thousands a week, and he still cares about the community.
That's why it's so important to give back. Now, imagine if you did all that for your country, right? And then literally one game. I don't even think, right, here's the daft thing about it, yeah? Rashford missed a penalty, okay? You know who you should be going sick at? Every single person should be going sick at Gareth Southgate. Why? And he, straight after the game, said, I'm the one to blame. I chose the number. I chose who to take penalties.
Yeah, so down to the fact that you are manager and you have the end decision, so you should be held accountable. One thing I wanted to point out though, and the whole build up to get into the finals, one amazing thing we did see was people from all nationalities, right? It was almost as if England had come together. England's come together and they were all rooting England, and to the point there was the video of the kids in the madrasa, and these kids are known, to just people would do the stereotype, won't they? They just don't know nothing apart from just being Islamic and all of that.
It is a diverse country. Do you know what I mean? So when you see Muslim kids in the mosque cheering for England, It makes me happy.
Happy, man. I felt so happy seeing that.
And it went viral.
It did go viral.
So
And it was nice to see, you know, in the comments that people were actually seeing, you know, the people with that stereotype, they were starting to see the different side to the Muslims, and, you know, they're realising a lot of people were like, oh, didn't know these guys were allowed to watch football, like it was part of, against the religion,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, this is the
it's education as well, isn't it? You know,
100%.
and that definitely was so nice to see. All I seen African guys with flipping England flags in the cars. You know what I'm saying? I seen all types of colleges with the England flag, and that was nice. You know how we were all united, and you know, it would have been nice to see the country win. But you know, at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason. It is a learning curve.
It's a learning curve. But the one thing I would say is this 19-year-old has now got to live with this for the rest of his life. Now, and it's weird because it unfortunately it comes down to there were 3 black guys that literally missed. And I seen footages of people after the game just because they were black literally getting. Do you know what I mean? And like I said, we can go down that road, but it all boils down to Southgate for me made the worst decision and literally should not have ever picked players that have just gone off the bench. The first thing you do, Charlie, who are my best players there?
The manager's job is to understand which one performs under pressure, which one is the most experienced in taking the penalties. He should have had this pre-planned. That was almost as if it was like a rookie mistake. Like how could you do that? Even someone like myself that doesn't watch football was like, hold on a second. Him? Yeah. No, you can't be getting him to take it. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what? One thing I would say though, and it's messed up how football has gone down this road. You probably won't know this, right? There's a player that used to play for City called Balotelli. You must have heard. Okay, very very loud personality. Now Pogba for me has slightly gone down the Balotelli mindset route where I'm better than everyone. Like Neymar, stubborn. Do you understand? He's very like arrogant. Like I'm the best. Mbappe. Do you know what I mean? These are the people that have made it, but they're not humble with it. Do you understand? So when Rashford stood up for that penalty, what I don't understand is that whole run up. Why would you hippity 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 hop, stop, pop, hit the post? Do you know what I mean? Why don't you just put the ball down, take 6 steps back, 3 steps back, whatever steps you want to do. Look at, you know how big a net is? But then if I took you to a net, you'd be like, no way is this a real net. This is a real net. You've got to boot it in one corner. Right? How thick is the post? How big is the net? Bro, for you, what's the possibilities of you winning the lottery, 1 in a trillion, yeah? What's the chances of you hitting that post? Why are you being daft? Why are you going in confident? You know what I mean? Just go in and boot it. Literally just go boom. Maguire, boom.
What's his face? This guy, sorry. Rashford took a penalty previously in the game under pressure, and he bossed it.
Did you do the hippity?
I don't think he done a hippity, you know.
This is the thing. Why would you even do that? Is that part of football? No. Is that part of football? No, it's showboating. Why are you showboating in a final? Why are you doing it? If someone said to me, listen, this is the net, go back to basics. What we're gonna do? We're gonna put the ball down, right? Do you think in the 60s, the Bugsy Babes and all them? Do you think back in the days, Gary Lineker, you got these big name players? Do you think honestly, Fergie? Do you think Fergie would have let someone do that?
You know what though? Like, also the way I see it is, okay, Gareth Southgate is one thing, but you know, like we're on the battlefield right now, and it's just, for instance, your best men step up, right? We watch the movies, don't they? They put up, right? They put forward the best men. They come up with courage. You know what I'm saying? And they make it happen. Where were everyone else? These experienced players with that courage. You know, England is in the final. You know what I'm saying? You want to do it for your country. Show that courage. Yeah. That's where it counts. You know what I'm saying? And that's to me, people like Rashford and Saka and all these other guys that took the penalties and missed. Honestly speaking, I know it sounds weird, but I rate them more than the other guys, you know.
So there's 2 ways to look at this, right? So you can quite easily say, yeah, we rate them because they stood up. Yeah. That's one thing. Right. The second thing is bang on what you're saying. That's where you show your courage. 300 the movie, you put your best men up front. Do you understand? Exactly. So with Rashford, for me, didn't deserve to take a penalty because he didn't play. And he even came out after saying, I had issues in his head. He was thinking, because he's got an injury. Do you understand? So he's not been playing as much.
So Gareth Southgate should have known about this.
He knows. Why would you say this is what I don't understand? We could right now be the branded England Euro winners. We could easily.
I thought it's coming home.
Harry Kane was AWOL. Didn't even see the guy on the pitch. These are big names, Charlie.
Yeah, big names.
Do you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, we got to the finals, so credit where credit's due.
Right.
Moving forward,
Yeah.
I think
We were into the World Cup now.
100%.
A lot more
100%.
confidence.
This team, the gel,
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah.
What I would say, it's good.
Yeah.
What I would say is a lot of people now, Gareth Southgate should stay, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say get rid of him.
Right. Not. Yeah. Based on.
You know what I mean? He took you to your final.
Yeah. He has done a lot. You know.
Yeah. And he's young. Do you know what I mean? In a way where, but there's so many things that just don't add up. Like, I mean, we could be sat here all night just saying, yeah, man, Saka. But he's 19 years old and really. And then, you know, the worst thing for me is he picked Pickford after.
That is crazy. I can't believe that. I never knew that until you told me. Right.
Literally, that guy.
Okay. So that was quite a good conversation, actually. You know, good few points we wanted to share with the audience. Definitely, yeah. 100%. Yeah, and we're just hoping to keep obviously posting content out there for you guys, regardless of whatever it is, whether it be podcast, whether it be food reviews, whether it be just the general chit chat me and Coops are having. And I just want to keep saying, please share the love, spread the word.
Just gonna say, anyone watching this right now, literally leave your comments, because you know what it is. I'm thinking Gareth Southgate's to blame in this case. Let us know your thoughts on the.
I actually agree with you, by the way.
Yeah. Let us know your thoughts about the whole Rashford Saka incident, Three Lions, everyone. Do you know what I mean? It's a controversial topic that now people have their own opinion. So don't be any keyboard warriors or nothing. Yeah, just tell us how you feel on it.
Exactly,
And yeah, man.
To us fully. Just let us know.
What's happened with Rashford and all these graffiti? Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? There's people. We actually thought, nah, I don't exist. Honestly, I thought we lost. I never thought. When I went back home, I never thought, yeah, them black lads are going to get it. Do you know what I mean? I never thought that. Because I thought, we're England, do you know what I mean? We're not going to do that shit. And when it came out, I was like, shit, is it real? Shit just got real. It needs to be kicked out. Literally, kick it out. Drop your comments. Let us know what you think. And you know what? A great weekly catch-up. We should do this on a regular basis, Charlie.
They do this more often. But for now, guys, we are going to say bye-bye from here, from Hawaii. Thank you for watching, guys. Peace out.